What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Life Instead of Jess channel. My name's Jesse. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're doing some housekeeping on some of my guitars. The first thing I'm working on is my bass, so why don't we get right into it. There's nothing crazy with this setup right now. It plays great. I'm just putting some coated strings on today and giving it a clean up because it's been a long time since I've cleaned it, polished the frets, cleaned the fretboard and all that kind of shit. But yeah, let's get right into it. Also just noticed a landlord special in my place. They painted over the light bulb. I went with the Elixir strings because I put them on all my guitars, but I always went for uncoated strings for bass for some reason, so I always just put them on and then they get all rusty and fucking gross like this one, so I'm trying these out. They're more expensive, but for how much I play bass right now, it kind of makes more sense, so into it. As always, here's my trifecta of shit, starting with the frying, and then we're gonna do the, I don't know, that one and that one. One down, I'm gonna use the lemon oil on the fretboard now, but just so you can see, there are the clean frets. All right, it's soaking in real quick. Just gonna clean the top, no, wrong way, and then we'll flip it over, do the back, and a little bit of the neck. Streaking, whatever. Stop fighting. Time to string her up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Just pop in for a little tip that I do. I always find that my A string, it's still, there's like not enough tension back here. The break angle kind of doesn't really go down that much. And I was always told to, you know, take your string, pull it to where it's about, you know, where it's gonna hit here. So like, you know, if I do it from the bridge, this is where it's gonna hit. And then measure 2 pegs ahead. I'm doing, as in like, here's 1, here's 2. I would go, for the A string, I always go 3, aka to the very end of the headstock from the E string, for a little extra, you know, wrap, and it adds a little more pressure downwards. So I think it gives it a little more tension and a little more break angle here. If you have a similar problem, try that, or if maybe even like go a little more too, depending on, you know, how bad it is. But I've always found that doing at least the full length from here to here of the string, I don't even know if that makes sense. I think I explained it terribly, but you might understand. But yeah, doing this full length might give you a little more downward pressure and it'll help a bit. So yeah. I realized my mic died when I was filming the end product of it, but I was just showing how these came out. These probably, I could make them closer, but whatever, we're gonna ignore that. It works fine. But you can see how there's less wraps on these 3 compared to the A string. And again, I just do this so there's a little more downward pressure behind the nut. Just because I always feel like it's a little hoopy when I hit the open A string. But yeah, adding this extra wrap, aka measuring from here to here on the string, it just gives you a little more downward pressure. The next thing I want to take a look at, this guitar works fine, and I made a video on it, which I'll link here. The only problem is I think the jack is messed up, so I want to open up just around here just so I can see what's going on inside. These strings are pretty new, so I don't want to take them off yet, and they're coated, so all the reason why I don't want to get new strings. But yeah, I'm gonna pop this open and see what's going on. It's kind of hard to see in there, but I'm guessing the issue is I have this ground a little too long and maybe it's touching the hot. This is the part that touches the hot. So I'm gonna try trimming it and see if that fixes it. It seems that after I've done that, it fixed the problem. I'm wiggling this all around and there's no grounding issues. So maybe I'm just gonna bring this to practice tonight. I made a custom freaking, I don't even know, truss rod cover for this guitar. It's adhesive paper, so it's not fancy, but I made it by hand, and you can tell I made it by hand considering how shitty it looks, but still, from afar, looks awesome. We've got lower coaster practice tonight, and my bandmate Zach got a new guitar. I was gifted to him. It's like a Cort Les Paul copy, and he needs a little setup done, so I'm bringing some tools with me, and I've got my gauge. I'm brain dead. It's Sunday. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You got a little baby sleeping here.
I'm gonna check in at band practice. Oh, I have to get the contact cleaner before I go. All right, bye. All right, I'm walking to a car. I almost said my bandmate's house. We live in like a completely different part of the city. I'm walking to my car. I'm bringing my guitar to make sure that it works again. Sorry, I hate talking in public. It's really annoying.
The shop wasn't even open yet, and I was opening the cafe. I was in by myself, and I look outside, and one of my regulars that gets like a two cortados every day and like chain smokes a pack of cigarettes outside.
Morning guys, it's the next day, and my bandmate gave me one of his guitars to work on. You'd see this and you'd say, oh my god, it's an Epiphone Les Paul. It's actually a Cort Les Paul. You can see the back is coming off, so I'm gonna try to fix all of these small little things, and then also just give it a general setup because it's a mile high. First thing, I think I have a toggle. Old toggle in here somewhere. I found it. I'm gonna see if this little black toggle fits on there. I don't think it will. Yeah, it's too big. It just slides right on. I found this old thing from my other guitar, my lawsuit. That might fit. Yeah, it's still too small. All right, this one would have worked, but I mean, I'm working late. All right, we're at FDR Park. No one's here. I wanted to go up there because I am a big fucking child. So here we go. Bro, I'm so high up. This is terrifying. I feel like I'm at the water park. Hello! This thing is scary. All right, how are we feeling? Good. Do you like your weights? Those are for clobbering fucking crooks, you know? Here we go. Oh boy. I totally forget if I filmed this already. I believe I did, but my bandmate was given this Cort Les Paul custom copy, and he asked me to do a little setup on it. One of the things that he asked me to take a look at was, oh, you can see here, the actual back of the guitar is kind of broken off. He wants to see if I can clamp it back in. I'm gonna pop this cover off, so it looks like it broke here. Maybe some impact it took here kind of split it, and the back is kind of really tight here. If I take this off, I might be able to push this back and glue it in. You can see the binding became separated from the wood here. You can see how it kind of wants to go in. And yeah, it kind of pops up here. So I'm gonna take this off, see if I can pop it in, and then I'm gonna clamp it with some wood glue. Just for fun, here's a look inside. Full-size pots. Wiring looks okay. It looks a little, you know, not the prettiest, and the cavity's kind of, but it works. I'm gonna try to glue it. I cleared out some wood around the edges here. Seems to want to go back in. I think it just got compacted from the years of it being broken. So I'm gonna throw some glue in, clamp it up, and call it a day. Doing surgery on a Les Paul here. Checking in. I unclamped it this morning. I gotta clean up a little bit of the residue you can see there, but it seems to work pretty well. It's still a little raised. I might try to figure something out, but for the most part, most of it's down, which is good. Before I left for work, I decided I wanted to get it flush there so it didn't really catch on anything. I whittled away a little bit under there because there seemed to be just some old broken wood getting in the way. I think I got it out, and now it's flush. I'm doing just like a, should probably put some protection there, but it'll be okay. There's no glue over there, and it's not that tight. I'm just kind of holding it down for the day, and when I get back from work today, I'm gonna take it off and make sure that we're good. After a full day of clamping, it's flush. This is so blurry, but whatever. It doesn't look great there, but it's what oh my god, it's what we're working with, and it's flush to the outside now, so I can't really get hung up on anything. This is glued back into the body, so we're all good. I gotta work on I think that jack, and then just like a little setup.
Kicked me out for banging one of the aliens.
It's been a few days. Sorry, I've been I'm terrible at filming shit, but I'm gonna try to work on this guitar. I think the last check-in I did, it's all glued up and it works. Well, I mean, of course it works. But yeah, I just have to do a little setup on it, and maybe I'll learn how to do fretwork. Who knows? But gotta go ship this pedal out. So see you later. The saga continues. So today I have some free time finally. We're gonna work on this guitar again. I picked up a slow cooker so I could melt some wax, because we're gonna try to wax pot the pickups today. I'm gonna go heat it up for the time being, and once it's done, I need to figure out where I put all that stuff. I have this small slow cooker here, and I'm gonna heat it up. I saw this as a tip in a video, but this guy put marbles at the bottom so that the pickups wouldn't rest directly on the heating element, and that makes sense to me. So I'm gonna let this heat up. I'm going to melt the wax, and we'll check in when I'm ready to throw them in. Just waiting for this to heat up. It's getting warm. Yeah, marbles in there, like I said, so the pickups are elevated off of the heating element, but it's gonna take a little bit for it to melt. 15 minutes since I dropped them in. Out now, and I'm gonna let them cool off for about an hour or so, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, first time trying this. If this goes well, then you still unlock. These have cooled down, so I think it's time that I'm going to put them back in here. Put these back in. This is the neck. I put this one on the neck. So here we go. Got the VTM here, the PV VTM. I got this plugged in, wired up. Let's see if it is working. My cable's a little shoddy, so yeah, my cable does that. Neck pickup might still be a little microphonic, but pretty close to the cab. Super out of tune, sorry. Still wants to squeal. Yeah, it definitely is better than it was before because it used to squeal even if you were holding the strings. So better than nothing, but not perfect. Honestly, maybe another pass in the crock pot would help. But for this being basically a free guitar, I think that's all I'm gonna do to it. But yeah. The next thing we're taking a look at this month, I have this awesome Les Paul Custom by Ibanez, which means there's a bolt on. That's super cool setup and make sure everything works great on it. Yeah, this thing is fucking awesome, so why don't we dive into it real quick. Here's the look inside. Full-size pots, which is cool. I never really see that, and same with this. I wouldn't be surprised if this was done later, because I feel like a lot of times, like even in my Les Paul here, I guess it's a mess right now. It had the cheap little pots and like one of the weird toggles. I bet this was done later on, but it makes me happy because it looks really clean, and but this is all shrink wrapped for the jack. They were saying that the jack kind of cuts in and out here and there, so I'm gonna take this off and see if there's something in the way or if the solder is bad. It looks pretty solid to me, so I'm just gonna slightly bend this bad boy in, so maybe there's just better contact, and I'll plug it in and try it out. While I'm at it, I've tried to tighten this, but I can tell that the screw is just stripped, so I have this old match here. I'm gonna break it in here and tighten it, and it should work fine. All right, one of the things they were saying was the jack seemed to only work at like a certain angle. So I went in and I bent it a little bit. I have my PV plugged in behind here. So I'm letting it heat up real quick. Once I turn it on, I'm just gonna move it around, see if I can replicate it. If not, I'm gonna say that it's good. Oh, yeah, it's scratchy. Yeah, it probably needs a new jack, so I even might have one. Because the solder looks good. I bet it's just bad now. But rock and roll, let's do that. I looked in my toolbox, I found this one, which I'm actually gonna use this one instead because it looks a little better and longer. So let's try this one. Let's go. I've got this propped up here I'm just gonna undo this, and then this is the one that we'll be replacing. It looks about the same. She's loose. This is the new one. Here we go. I have this ready to go. This is the hot, and that's the ground. Rock and roll. We're back down in the basement, plugged into the PV. Even when I wiggle it around, pots are a little crappy, but I have some spray that I'm gonna put in there. Rock and roll. I have to pick up some strings for this guitar, but I'm going to polish the frets, clean the body, and I'll check the relief and all that kind of stuff right now, which might change because I think I'm gonna throw some heavier strings on here, but because these feel like 9s, these feel like nothing. But for now, I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna polish the frets, clean the fretboard, clean the body, and tighten anything loose. Oh, I still gotta spray the pot cleaner in there, but oh, it's right here. There we go. Look at that. I can do that too. Wow. I picked up the guitar. These are all loose, so I'm gonna try to tighten those up before I do anything real quick. All right, time to clean the frets, the body, the fretboard, all that stuff. I'm using my 3 favorite things. For the frets, I use Frine. It's a kit that comes with little guards and a towel that you can wipe this stuff on. This basically is a polishing compound that goes, makes these go from dull to shiny. Then I'll use some lemon oil on the fretboard itself. While that's sitting on the fretboard, I will take this guitar detailer and just kind of polish up the body, clean up the body. Maybe beforehand I'll do a once over with a clean towel. And after that, that's when I will wipe the excess oil off of the fretboard. Frets have been polished. So now, lemon oil time. We got some strings today. We're going with some 11s. But before I string it up, I'm going to wax pot these pickups because they are pretty microphonic. And to do that, I'm gonna have to undo the solder for all of them in here. All of them is in the neck and the bridge. Which it should just be two points that I gotta undo. Then I can just take these out. This video is basically me learning how to wax pot pickups. Got the pickups out. I marked the bridge with this tape. I tried to draw a B on it, but didn't work that well. Sorry this is a mess here also. I gotta clean my space. But I'm gonna take the ring off of the neck pickup. Should be able to be dropped in and sit for like 10 to 15 minutes and then we're good to go. After some research, I'm gonna keep the covers on because I think it makes sense to keep it on so the wax kind of fills any gaps on the top too after doing some research. But here we go. They're in here. You can see bubbles coming out. That's the wax filling it. So once I have a timer for 5 minutes. Once that's done, I'm gonna jostle them around just a little bit just to see if I can shake a little more air out. Look at that. All that's coming out. That's awesome. But yeah, once that is done, then I'm going to put it in for 5 more minutes, jostle it around again, another 5, and then we'll see if there's more bubbles coming out. Look at all that. That's crazy. Looks like no more bubbles are coming in. It's been about 15 minutes and I've jostled them around every 5. So once my alarm goes off, I'm pulling them out and I'm gonna wipe them down and let them sit until they're cool. These are pulled out and I wiped them down a little bit. Now we're gonna let them cool for like 30 minutes to an hour or however long until they're cool. And then I'm gonna put them back in the guitar, string it up, and make sure it works. These are cool enough to handle now, so I'm gonna put them back in the guitar, solder them up, and fucking test them out. I got these all screwed in. I'm gonna throw these back in the guitar, and then we're gonna test out. All right, we're back in the basement here. I got the guitar with the pickups that have been wax potted. I'm gonna plug it into my PV here. just to make sure that it works. Still a little microphonic. I mean, tapping on the pickup. It's better than before. Woo! It just, yeah, it's definitely better. Not perfect. I mean, I'm standing like directly in front of the amp. Sorry, we're out of tune still, and I haven't cut the strings, but wax potting. Second time now, so we're good. We know how to do it, which is awesome. Leave the covers on and then wax pot. That way the wax kind of fully, encompasses the underside of the cover, because that's where a lot of the microphonic stuff comes from, when you have loose metal parts kind of being able to move. And so this thing's sweet. I'm gonna go finish up the setup. We got some 11s on here instead of 9s, which is really sweet. So yeah, let's finish this guitar and get it back to the owner. Last thing we're doing here, we're just gonna do a general setup and then get out the door. She's intonated. She feels great. She's got 11. She's ready to rock. Come on, buddy. I gotta put this back in the case. There she is. There she is. I'm actually gonna save what I just talked about for my next video. Forgive how I look right now. I just went on a run and I am dying. But yeah, this video was kind of just all about learning how to wax pot pickups and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Definitely the second time around, I learned a lot more and did it better, I think. So my cat's going crazy right now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Life Instead of Jess. You can call me Jesse. And feel free to subscribe if you like the content and the vibes. I have another one coming up shortly.